Atomic plane first ether primordial matter first ether 2. Subatomic monadic. Anupadaka subatomic the Akasha second ether 3. Super etheric spiritual. Atmic third ether plane of union, or at one meant for. Etheric intuitional. Buddhic fourth cosmic ether the lower three worlds 5. Gaseous mental. Fire gaseous subetheric 6. Liquid astral. Emotional liquid 7. Dense physical plane dense physical. These major 7 planes of our solar system being but the 7 subplanes of the cosmic physical plane, we can consequently see the reason for the emphasis laid by HPB 5452, 5553 upon the fact that matter and ether are synonymous terms and that this ether is found in some form or other on all the planes, and is but a gradation of cosmic atomic matter. Called when undifferentiated malaprakriti or primordial pergenetic substance, and when differentiated by Foad, or the energizing life. The third logos or Brahma, it is termed prakriti, or matter. 56 malaprakriti. The parabrahmic root, the abstract deific feminine principle undifferentiated substance. Akasa. Literally, the root of nature, prakriti, or matter. 54e. Our solar system is what is called a system of the fourth order. That is, it has its location on the fourth cosmic etheric plane, counting, as always, from above downwards. Hence this fourth cosmic etheric plane forms the meeting ground for the past and the future, and is the present. Therefore, also, the Buddhic or intuitional plane, the correspondence in the system of this fourth cosmic ether, is the meeting ground, or plane of union, for that which is man and for that which will be Superman, and links the past with that which is to be. The following correspondences in time would repay careful meditation. They are based on the realization of the relationship between this fourth cosmic ether, the Buddhic plane, and the fourth physical etheric subplane. The fourth subplane of mind, the correspondence on the mental plane of the physical etheric, is likewise a point of transition from out of a lower into a higher, and is the transferring locality into a higher body. The fourth subplane of the monadic plane, is in a very real sense the place of transition from off the egoic ray, whichever that ray may be, onto the monadic ray. These 3 major rays, are organized on the 3 higher subplanes of the monadic plane in the same way that the 3 abstract subplanes of the mental are the group of transference from off the personality ray onto the egoic. The 4 lesser rays blend with the 3rd major ray of active intelligence on the mental plane, and on the atmic plane. The 4 logoi or planetary spirits work as one, on the atmic plane. Another synthesis takes place on the synthetic 2nd ray on the 2nd subplane of the Buddhic plane, and the monadic plane, while the comparatively few monads of willpower are synthesized on the atomic subplane of the atmic. All 3 groups of monads work in triple form on the mental plane under the Mahakoan, the Manu, and the Bodhisattva, or the Christ. On the 2nd or monadic plane they work as a unit, only demonstrating their dual work on the atmic plane, and their essential triplicity on the Buddhic plane. 57 Mahakoan. The officer in our planetary hierarchy who presides over the activities, carried on in the 4 minor rays, and their synthesizing 3rd ray. He has to do with civilization, with the intellectual culture of the races, and with intelligent energy. He is the head of all the adepts. Bodhisattva. The exponent of 2nd ray force, the teacher of the adepts of men and of angels. This office was originally held by the Buddha, but his place was taken, after his illumination, by the Christ. The work of the Bodhisattva is with the religions of the world, and with the spiritual essence in man. The Manu. The one who presides over the evolution of the races. He is the ideal man. He has to work with the forms through which spirit is to manifest. he destroys, and builds up again. These three individuals preside over the three departments into which the hierarchy is divided, and therefore represent in their particular sphere the three aspects of divine manifestation. 55 The fourth etheric plane holds the key to the dominance of matter, and it might be noted that on the fourth physical ether man begins to coordinate his astral, or emotional body, and to escape at ever more frequent intervals into that vehicle. Continuity of consciousness is achieved when the man has mastered the four ethers. On the fourth subplane of the mental plane, man begins to control his causal or egoic body, and to polarize his consciousness therein until the polarization is complete. He functions then consciously on it when he has mastered the correspondences to the ethers on the mental plane. On the Buddhic plane, the fourth cosmic ether, the heavenly men, or the group consciousness of the human and deva monads, begin to function, and to escape eventually from the cosmic etheric planes. When these three cosmic ethers are mastered, the functioning is perfected, polarization is centered in the monadic vehicles, and the seven heavenly men have achieved their goal. On these etheric levels, therefore, the logos of our system repeats, as a grand totality, the experiences of his tiny reflections on the physical planes. He coordinates his cosmic astral body, and attains continuity of consciousness when he has mastered the three cosmic ethers. It is to be observed that just as in man the dense physical body in its three grades dense, liquid and gaseous is not recognized as a principle, so in the cosmic sense the physical, dense, astral, liquid, and mental, gaseous, levels are likewise regarded as non-existing, and the solar system has its location on the fourth ether. The seven sacred planets are composed of matter of this fourth ether, and the seven heavenly men, whose bodies they are, function normally on the fourth plane of the system, the Buddhic or the fourth cosmic ether. When man has attained the consciousness of the Buddhic plane, he has raised his consciousness to that of the heavenly man in whose body he is a cell. This is achieved at the fourth initiation, the liberating initiation. At the fifth initiation he ascends with the heavenly man onto the fifth plane, from the human standpoint, the atmic, and at the sixth he has dominated the second cosmic ether and has monadic consciousness and continuity of function. At the seventh initiation he dominates the entire sphere of matter contained in the lowest cosmic plane, escapes from all etheric contact, and functions on the cosmic astral plane. The past solar system saw the surmounting of the three lowest cosmic physical planes viewed from the matter standpoint, and the coordination of the dense threefold physical form in which all life is found, dense matter, liquid matter, gaseous matter. A correspondence may be seen here in the work achieved in the first three root races. 58 Root race. The secret doctrine teaches us that in this evolution, or round on this planet, the Jivatma, the human soul, passes through seven main types or root races. In the case of the two earliest of these, known as the Adamic and the Hyperborean, the forms and soul were astral and etheric respectively. Huge and indefinite, they were with the low state, or outward-going consciousness exercised through the one sense, hearing, possessed by the first race, or through the two senses, hearing and touch, possessed by the second. But with the third race, the Lemurian, a denser and more human type was evolved, this being perfected in the fourth or Atlantean race. The fifth race, the Aryan, is now running its course on this globe concurrently with a large part of the fourth race and a few remnants of the third. For it must be noted that, although each race gives birth to the succeeding race, the two will overlap in time, coexisting for many ages. Of existing peoples, the Tatars, Chinese and Mongolians belong to the fourth race, the Australian Aborigines, and Hottentots to the third. 59 Gathering in end of Pralaya. In the earlier system the fourth etheric was in this position. It was to the evolving units of that period what the atomic plane is now, the highest point of achievement. The goal for all was the Buddhic plane, or the fourth cosmic ether. 3 other planes are the goal now, the Buddhic, atomic and monadic, each time 3 planes and their eventual synthesis. In the future solar system the cosmic physical atomic ether, the plane of body in the system now, will be the starting point, and the 3 planes to be dominated will be the 3 lowest cosmic astral planes. Man starts in where he leaves off, with cosmic physical matter perfected. His lowest body, therefore, will be the monadic or the body of the second cosmic ether. This will not be then counted as a principle any more than the threefold lower physical body of present-day man is recognized as a principle. The present solar system will see the surmounting of the 3 next cosmic physical planes, the fourth, third, and the second ethers, and the coordination of the cosmic etheric body. 573. The protective purpose of the etheric body. Now let us, after this somewhat lengthy digression, leave things cosmic and incomprehensible, and come down to practical evolution, and to the study of the matter of man's etheric body, and of the harm that may ensue to him should that body, through the breaking of the law, no longer perform its protective function. Let us see first of all what those protective functions are. First, the etheric web acts as a separator, or a dividing web between the astral and the dense physical body. Second, it circulates the inflowing vitality or pranic fluid, and carries on its work in 3 stages. The first stage is that when the pranic fluid and solar radiations are received, and circulated 3 times around the triangle, thence being distributed to the periphery of the body, animating and vitalizing all the physical organs and conducing to the automatic subconscious workings of the body of dense matter. When perfectly accomplishing its object, it protects from disease, and the ills of the flesh are unknown to the man who absorbs and distributes prana with accuracy. This hint is recommended to all physicians, and when properly comprehended, will result in a basic change in medicine, from a curative to a preventive foundation. The second stage is that in which the pranic fluids begin to blend with the fire at the base of the spine and to drive that fire slowly upwards, transferring its heat from the centers below the solar plexus to the 3 higher centers, that of the heart, the throat and the head. This is a long and slow process when left to the unaided force of nature, but it is just here that, in a few cases, a quickening of the process is permitted in order to equip workers in the field of human service. This is the object of all occult training. This angle of the matter we will take up in still greater detail, when we handle our next point of Kundalini and the spine. The third stage is that in which active radiatory matter or prana is blended ever more perfectly with the fire latent in matter. This results, as will be brought out later, in certain effects. It produces a quickening of the normal vibration of the physical body so that it responds with more readiness to the higher note of the ego, and causes a steady rising of the blending fires through the threefold channel in the spinal column. In the second stage, this vitalizing blended fire reaches a center between the lower